Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. There's a buzz going around the NFL. And it's nothing short of explosive. Sam Howell, the young quarterback for the Washington Commanders, has reportedly made a startling declaration that could shake the franchise to its core. According to sources close to the team, Howell has voiced a strong opinion that he no longer wants to play alongside wide receiver Terry McLaurin. Imagine the ripples this news could send through the locker room, dynamics, fan base reactions, and the team's future strategies. Sam Howell, who is seen as the franchise quarterback for the Commanders, apparently feels that his on-field chemistry or off-field relationship with McLaurin is not conducive to their joint success. The rumblings suggest that this isn't a minor disagreement, but a significant rift, something that's caught the attention of media analysts and insiders alike. What exactly led to this purported clash remains a mystery for now, but it's clear that Howell is drawing a hard line. The impact of this development could be monumental, considering McLaurin has been one of the most reliable and explosive playmakers for the Commanders over the past seasons. The possibility of a split between these two stars could send shockwaves across the NFL landscape. Fans and pundits are left wondering, what does this mean for the team's offensive future? Will the Commanders look to trade McLaurin or try to mediate the tension between the two? It's a juicy storyline unfolding live with the potential to alter the trajectory of Washington's season and beyond. The question on everyone's mind is how this feud, or whatever you want to call it, began. Was it a build-up of frustrations, differences in playing style, or perhaps some off-the-field issues that have finally boiled over? Sources hint that there have been murmurs of discord dating back to last season, but nothing quite this serious until now. It's possible that the intense pressure on Howell as a young quarterback stepping into a demanding role has contributed to heightened sensitivities. Meanwhile, McLaurin's status as a veteran leader and fan favorite might be complicating matters behind closed doors. Some insiders speculate that Howell might feel overshadowed, or that McLaurin's presence on the field affects his decision-making. This type of tension isn't uncommon in teams trying to balance rising stars with established veterans, but it's rare for it to become public knowledge so quickly. The Commanders' front office now faces a delicate balancing act. Do they side with Howell's vision for the team's future, or protect McLaurin's role, which has been pivotal for the offense? This situation brings to light the challenges of managing personalities and egos in a highly competitive environment. The media is already buzzing with potential scenarios from trades to locker room shakeups. If Howell's statement is true, it's a testament to how internal dynamics can influence a team's performance far beyond what happens on game day. Fans are already taking sides on social media, adding fuel to the fire of speculation. It will be fascinating to see how the Commanders handle this internal storm and what it means for their chances this NFL season. Meanwhile, the NFL rumor mill is running wild with theories about what the Commanders might do next. Some analysts suggest that the team could entertain trade offers for Terry McLaurin, especially given the volatile relationship between him and Howell. McLaurin, known for his explosive speed and clutch receptions, is a valuable asset in the league, so it's not hard to imagine multiple teams lining up to acquire him if Washington decides to part ways. However, trading a player of McLaurin's caliber is never simple. There are contract considerations, team chemistry implications, and fan backlash to think about. On the other hand, keeping both players together might require some form of intervention, such as team counseling or a change in roles to ease the tension. The Commanders' coaching staff will be under immense pressure to find a resolution that preserves the team's offensive potential. Some insiders speculate that the team's front office is already exploring alternative wide receiver options in case the rift leads to a permanent split. The ripple effect of such a move would reach far beyond the team itself, as it could shift the balance of power in the NFC East division. Meanwhile, fans of both players are divided. Some believe Howell's stance shows leadership and a desire to control his offense, while others think McLaurin's proven talent and commitment make him indispensable. The drama unfolding in Washington is a reminder of how personal relationships in professional sports can be just as crucial as raw talent when it comes to building a winning team. This ongoing saga promises to be one of the most talked about stories of the NFL offseason. In the midst of this controversy, the question arises, what does this mean for Sam Howell's development as a quarterback? Howell, who was drafted with high expectations, has been under scrutiny for his performance and ability to lead the Commanders effectively. If the rift with McLaurin is as serious as rumored, it could reflect Howell's desire to reshape the offense to suit his own style, potentially signaling a shift in the team's offensive identity. Some experts argue that a young quarterback asserting himself in this way might be a sign of growing confidence and leadership, even if it ruffles feathers initially. However, it's a risky move that could backfire if it alienates key players or creates divisions within the team. For Howell, balancing assertiveness with collaboration will be crucial to his long-term success. Meanwhile, McLaurin's role as a star wide receiver means he's likely to push back against any attempt to sideline him. The tug-of-war between a rising quarterback and a seasoned receiver could define the Commanders' locker room atmosphere. If Howell ultimately wins this internal battle, the team's offensive schemes might evolve dramatically, possibly moving away from relying on McLaurin as the primary target. Conversely, if McLaurin maintains his influence, Howell might have to adapt his game and accept a supporting role for the veteran. The storyline developing in Washington is a compelling mix of talent, ego, and the high stakes of professional football, offering fans a gripping narrative beyond the gridiron action. The Commanders, these head coach, is reportedly caught in the crossfire of this brewing storm. Balancing the egos and managing the personalities of key players like Howell and McLaurin is no easy task for any coach, especially when the media spotlight is intensely focused on the team's internal affairs. According to insiders, the coach is working overtime to mediate the situation and find common ground, but the tension remains palpable. The coaching staff must also consider the impact this discord could have on game planning and team morale. If the rift becomes public knowledge, opposing teams might exploit the perceived weakness, targeting the Commanders' offense with aggressive defensive strategies. The pressure on the coaching team to maintain unity and focus is immense. Some speculate that the coach might consider benching one of the players temporarily to cool things down, or even changing offensive play calling to reduce friction. However, such moves could risk further alienation of the players and fans alike. The Commanders' management is in a tricky spot, needing to support their franchise quarterback without undermining one of their star receivers. How this situation unfolds will likely be a defining chapter in the Commanders' season narrative, influencing their success and reputation for years to come. The drama surrounding Howell and McLaurin is a reminder of the delicate balance coaches must maintain between managing talent and fostering teamwork. Adding fuel to the fire are reports suggesting that the locker room atmosphere in Washington is tense and divided. Some teammates are said to be taking sides, while others prefer to stay neutral, focusing on football rather than personal disputes. This kind of division can be detrimental to a team's cohesion and on-field performance. Veteran players often play a crucial role in bridging gaps between conflicting personalities, but with McLaurin reportedly at odds with Howell, even experienced leaders might find it challenging to maintain harmony. The media's constant probing into the saga only intensifies the pressure on the players to publicly choose allegiances or keep quiet. The fan base too is reacting strongly, with social media platforms buzzing with opinions, memes, and heated debates. This polarization can spill over into the stadium atmosphere during games, affecting player motivation and fan support. The Commanders' front office is undoubtedly aware of these risks and may be strategizing ways to restore unity, possibly through team-building activities or counseling. Yet if the rift remains unresolved, the damage to the team's culture could be long-lasting. The situation highlights how fragile team dynamics can be and the significant impact personal relationships have in professional sports, especially in high-pressure environments like the NFL. Speculation is also rife about the possible trade destinations for Terry McLaurin if the Commanders decide to part ways with him. Given his proven track record as a reliable and explosive wide receiver, many teams in the league would be eager to add him to their roster. Rumors suggest that franchises with strong quarterback situations but lacking a top-tier receiver could be frontrunners in pursuing McLaurin. This opens a fascinating door to trade talks and negotiations, which might shake up the NFL offseason landscape. From the Commanders' perspective, acquiring draft picks or young talent in exchange for McLaurin could be part of a rebuilding strategy aligned with Howell's vision for the team. However, the risk of losing a fan favorite and a key offensive weapon must be weighed carefully. The possibility of McLaurin landing in a new team and thriving also poses a challenge for the Commanders' competitive outlook in the NFC East. The trade chatter only adds layers to an already complex situation, fueling media speculation and fan anxiety. It's clear that whatever decision the Commanders make will have ripple effects across the league, altering team dynamics and potentially influencing playoff races. This unfolding saga remains one of the most captivating stories in the NFL offseason, with high stakes for everyone involved. At the heart of this controversy is the question of leadership, both on and off the field. Sam Howell's reported ultimatum reflects a quarterback who wants to establish control over his offense and dictate the team's direction. Leadership in the NFL is multifaceted, encompassing performance communication and relationship building. Howell's approach might be seen as a bold step toward taking ownership of his role, but it also carries the risk of alienating teammates. Meanwhile, Terry McLaurin's leadership comes from his consistent playmaking and veteran presence, making him a natural locker room figure. The clash between these leadership styles might be at the core of the reported fallout. It raises broader questions about how teams balance emerging talent with established stars and how egos and ambitions intersect with team goals. The Commanders' management and coaching staff will need to navigate this complex terrain carefully to avoid undermining either player's confidence and to foster a culture of mutual respect. Leadership conflicts like this aren't new in professional sports, but they become headline stories when they threaten team performance. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely to see how this leadership battle shapes the Commanders' season and beyond, providing a fascinating case study in NFL team dynamics. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. As the offseason progresses, all eyes are on the Commanders to see how they respond to this crisis. The organization's decisions in the coming weeks will signal their commitment to either maintaining the status quo or embracing a new direction. Will they back Sam Howell's demand to move on from McLaurin, or will they stand by their star? Receiver, the choice will undoubtedly affect the team's roster construction, salary cap management, and overall strategy. Some insiders believe that the Commanders might leverage this situation to make bold moves in free agency or the draft, capitalizing on the media attention to reset expectations. However, rushing into decisions without resolving internal conflicts could backfire, leading to a further decline in team chemistry and performance. The Commanders fans are anxiously awaiting clarity, hoping for solutions that preserve competitiveness and unity. Meanwhile, the players themselves face uncertainty as the offseason stretches on without resolution. The pressure to find common ground or make hard choices is intensifying. This period could define the legacies of both Howell and McLaurin, as well as the Commanders' place in the NFL hierarchy. The unfolding drama offers a compelling narrative that transcends football, highlighting the human element behind professional sports. The media frenzy surrounding this saga has already impacted both players' public images. Sam Howell, once celebrated for his potential and leadership, now faces scrutiny for his alleged ultimatum and perceived divisiveness. Meanwhile, Terry McLaurin, admired for his talent and work ethic, is also under pressure to respond and maintain his status as a team leader. This kind of media spotlight can influence player performance and morale as both men navigate interviews, social media, and fan reactions. Analysts are dissecting every word and action, trying to predict the next move or outcome. The constant public attention can be a double-edged sword, fueling motivation or causing distraction. The Commanders' PR team is undoubtedly working behind the scenes to manage the narrative, emphasizing teamwork and future goals. Yet with rumors and speculation swirling, controlling the story is challenging. The players' agents might also be involved advising on how to handle contract negotiations or potential trades amidst the controversy. This media environment adds complexity to an already volatile situation, affecting how the players and team are perceived nationally. It also reminds fans that behind the headlines are individuals dealing with pressure and expectations, making the story as much about human resilience as athletic skill. Looking ahead, the key question is whether this rift can be healed, or if it will lead to a permanent breakup within the Commanders' offense. History shows that teams can overcome internal conflicts through dialogue, compromise, and leadership. However, the intensity of this situation suggests that it won't be easy. Both Sam Howell and Terry McLaurin have much at stake: career trajectories, reputations, and team success. The Commanders' front office, coaching staff, and players face a critical test of character and cohesion. Fans are hopeful for a resolution that allows both stars to thrive together, preserving the team's competitive edge. Alternatively, a split could usher in a new era, with the Commanders building around Howell's vision and seeking fresh talent. The NFL offseason ahead promises intense speculation, potential trades, and strategic moves, all centered on this unfolding drama. Whatever happens, this story underscores the complexities of managing talent and relationships in professional sports, offering a gripping narrative that will captivate football enthusiasts well beyond the season's start. The Commanders saga is a vivid reminder that in the NFL, as in life, success often depends as much on harmony and trust as on skill and strategy. Ultimately, this explosive news about Sam Howell and Terry McLaurin signals more than just a potential team shakeup. It's a deep dive into the intricate dynamics that define modern professional football. It shows how player relationships can influence the course of a franchise and highlights the delicate balance between individual ambitions and collective goals. For fans, it's a dramatic storyline filled with uncertainty, intrigue, and the promise of high-stakes drama. For the Commanders, it's a pivotal moment that could redefine their identity and competitive future. The coming weeks and months will be crucial as the team navigates these turbulent waters, seeking to either mend fences or make bold moves that reshape their roster. This saga will be one of the most talked about NFL stories, providing endless speculation, debate, and drama. Whether Howell and McLaurin find a way to coexist or part ways, the fallout will resonate far beyond Washington, offering lessons on leadership, conflict, and resilience in the high-pressure world of professional football. The Commanders and the NFL are watching closely as the story unfolds, ready to respond to the next chapter in this gripping saga. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders. News you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.